You know, I've said before that Edgar Hoover, he was a total patriot. He was. He's been vindicated, in my opinion. He has been. He was looking out for our interests. What the FBI and CIA became after these men, after the Kennedy family, is shit. It's garbage. It became the very thing everybody says the FBI and CIA were. But back here, they were not. The JFK files are really telling, in my opinion. The CIA was on the up and up. What they became after the Kennedys was a different story. I mean, and Obama was literally like just an extension of Kennedy, because we wouldn't have gotten Obama Jr. if it weren't for the Kennedys. You know, one of the things that made me really look into JFK so heavily was because when I started watching the news regularly, and this is going back like 20 years ago, and I didn't just watch right wing. I didn't, because I didn't really know at that time there was like a right and left. You get the idea, but I did watch both. I would even watch Al Jazeera, but what I noted, I would watch it in captions. But what I noticed is that the media and scholars and everybody would fall all over Obama. They worshiped him. They put him on a pedestal, and I'm like, they do that with the Kennedys too. And I knew Obama was full of shit, okay? I mean, he was from the south side of Chicago doing community work. So right there, it's just like red flag. But he was too polished. He was too polished. So I'm like, why is it, okay? I thought it has to be more than just that they're Democrats, because obviously they were both Democrats. But there's nothing the Kennedys can do wrong. There's nothing Obama can do wrong. But any little thing, and they're so critical of Trump, and they would do that with Republicans in general. So I'm like, it's so biased. I knew that long before Trump came into office. So biased. So slanted. Well, it's slanted because all the damn universities, all the deadbeats that are in with that progressive communist Hitler shit, and that's what it is. He was a carryover of the Hitler ideology. Am I saying that he was going to set up concentration camps? Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it would have gotten to that point. I wouldn't be. I don't think they were not good men. I understand that they're dead, but you know what? I'm tired of this bullshit that it still goes on today. The Kennedys can do no wrong. Do they go after RFK Jr. now? Yeah, because he's in Trump's. Yeah, but look, these people are all still helping RFK Jr. in my opinion. Yeah, they do not want the Kennedys to lose they got a grip on America, and the CIA and FBI knew what bullshit they were. I'm not saying they killed him. I don't think they did. I don't think we'll ever know. Really, the JFK files still say that, you know, the MLK files, it seems like there may have been multiple shooters. But I don't think you're ever going to know, because here's the thing, and I mentioned this before, there's a long-standing tradition in America that we have a militia that's not the CIA and FBI. You don't know who they are. It's not like some organized group, but they're people that will not let anybody take this country into communism. I'm just telling you, they will not. And he was coming in covertly and was so fascist. I mean, he had secret back channels with all our enemies, which was a major concern. These Kennedys wanted to get rid of Hoover, who was a total patriot. The people that bash him are they are the Hitler progressives, okay? Just realize that. Realize why Marjorie Taylor Greene, Luna, Massey are doing everything they're doing. It's all part of the same Hitler stuff. It is. It's you know, they could care less about victims. It has nothing. It's all part of the revolution. Okay, it's the same thing. It's what Whitney Webb serves. It's what all of these deadbeats serve. And it's all to protect the Kennedys. Why? Because these are people that hated America. I don't know. Many of these scholars in these universities, I don't know if it's a mental illness with them. I think many of them just like dictatorships. I'm not saying necessarily communism, but they favor fascism. They want somebody to be a dictator over them. I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling why many scholars are that way, but many are, unfortunately. I'm not really sure why no scholar ever questioned the loyalties of JFK. But I will tell you this, the very fact that God protected Reagan and protected Trump from getting killed, but did not intervene in JFK or RFK is telling. You can say we don't have any proof of that. Well, I think that's the proof right there. You could say, oh, it's just lucky that Reagan didn't go out or Trump. Really? Look at where the shooter was. Trump just happened to turn his head right at the, yeah, okay, sure. Kennedy wanted to both JFK and RFK wanted to fire Hoover. They couldn't because Hoover pushed back. Hoover said, and he had a lot of political clout. When you read it in AI, because AI is so biased because of who programs it, you'll see is it's slanted like he had special connections in Washington. No, he was a patriot. He had saved us from many, communists coming in here. He did. That's Hoover is a patriot. He died a patriot. So he was he was surveilling the Kennedys. He was. There was reason to. The Kennedys knew it, which is why they wanted to fire him. And he said, "You even do it, I will release everything I have on you, you Kennedy boys." He wasn't messing around. That's a true patriot. Look at what we ended up getting under Obama. James Comey, talk about a piece of poop. Just some old Ireland communist dog. Yeah, all going back to the Ireland thing, all of it. Because the Ireland elites anyway, let's say, they were Nazi sympathizers, just like the Kennedys were. That's the reason why there's so many people and why we get these rhinos. It's to protect the Kennedy legacy. Yeah, well, screw that. Because I'm sorry, there's too many red flags with this. Like, there were people this is why he went after the CIA. He knew the CIA and FBI were going to figure out what they were up to. You have all these secret back channels going to our enemies. You took us into the Cuban Missile Crisis. Like, everything he did was then a reason for him to create a secret back channel to our enemies. The Cuban Missile, the effing up the Bay of Pigs, again, he didn't have anything to do with it. Eisenhower set it up because Nazis from South America were flying in. Okay, just everybody, Nazis into all of them, flying into Cuba, getting guerrilla warfare training, major concern, okay? And yet, so Eisenhower set up the Bay of Pigs. It was a bunch of Cuban refugees that were going to go in and overthrow Castro. But in order to do it, Eisenhower, and it's in the JFK file, said you have to give air support. Don't do it if you're not going to give air support. What does he do? He does it and doesn't give air support. Talk about an asshole. So those Cuban refugees ended up being taken, prison. He served Moscow. He served Castro. He served Latin America while he screwed Americans over, okay? And these agencies knew it. And all he did when he couldn't get rid of him was then all of a sudden MLK comes up the back end to help Kennedy out and starts attacking the FBI. These are the agencies that protect you from communists, from these radical groups. Look at how the radical groups are all in the Democrat House right now. We even have the rhinos they're the same. I mean, just write Marjorie Taylor, Massey, and Luna off to the same damn garbage that's in the squad in the Democrat House. That's all what they serve. That's what Candace Owens serves. That's what Tucker serves, to protect the Kennedys, because what did they love about Kennedy's legacy? That he idolized Hitler. And that's the same mindset he brought in, which is why he blew up our government and he did everything to hurt America. God wasn't going to protect the Kennedys.